And now live, this is KIMA News at 11.
Thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Tamra Miller. It's not every day that 9 of your best friends are locked up behind bars and sentenced to death. But for one Zulu man, that nightmare has become a reality. KIMA's Cynthia Schnabel explains.
They've performed all over the country, entertaining people at sporting events, parades, and birthday parties. But Team Zulu may soon be saying their final farewell from behind the fences of the Humane Society Animal Shelter.
How would you feel if they came in and your kids got in a fight and they took them away from you and put them in jail and put them on death row?
All 12 of Stan Seller's Border Collie mixes were taken away from him by Yakima County Animal Control on Wednesday. He's since gotten the 3 puppies back.
Melinda and I can't have kids. These are our kids.
Sellers says the dogs were taken because while his fiancée was training them, several of the dogs got in a fight. His fiancée tried to break it up and was bitten.
I said they were good dogs, and they took them anyway.
County officials, however, say they took the dogs because
the Yakima County Animal Control Ordinance provides that you cannot have more than 6 adult dogs on your property, even if they are licensed, and that each dog over 6 weeks old in the unincorporated area of Yakima County needs to be licensed.
Sellers is now trying to raise the more than $1,000 he needs to get his best friends out from behind bars. If he doesn't pay the licensing and boarding fees to the Humane Society by May 27th, the dogs will be killed.
New at 11, a deal has been reached to preserve about 1,100 acres in the scenic Methow Valley and end a 40-year land dispute. The deal calls for the Trust for Public Land to find 5 buyers to each purchase about 200 acres of the Early Winters property from owner R.G. Merrill Company out of Seattle. That deadline is August 14th. If the trust cannot find buyers, the current landowner can subdivide the property into 20-acre and 5-acre lots for the development of homes. Meantime, as a result of Tuesday's levy measures, a number of school buildings will not be renovated because of the failure of the Zilla school bond. Unofficial results are showing more than half the voters were in favor of the bond, but a 60% margin is needed for passage. The bond money would have been used to update the elementary, intermediate, and high school buildings, which are in need of repair. It also would have been used to update security and build a new gymnasium at the middle school.
If we could have passed the $7 million bond, we were up for $10 million in matching funds from the state. So that's why it's kind of disappointing to see it fail.
The bond committee could meet as early as tomorrow to decide what to do with the failed measure. The Yakima man struck by a school bus last month has died. 58-year-old Daryl Schoonover had been at Harborview Hospital since the time of the accident. Police are still investigating the scene. A St. Joseph Marquette school bus ran over Schoonover at the intersection of 4th Street and B. Schoonover's death is the first traffic fatality in Yakima this year. Plans for a larger police presence in Terrace Heights will give new meaning to the term citizen's arrest. KMA's Craig Galbraith has the details.
Another person's house or houses.
Gordon Wonder and his neighbors in Terrace Heights are taking on a daunting task. They will be the first to ever run a citizen subdivision of the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. That means they will take reports and even go out on calls once deputies have secured the scene. They've already been given permission to use a portable unit at the Terrace Heights Elementary School for an office.
It's exciting, I think, to think that we are doing something without asking for federal money or state money, or this is going to be done by the heart of the people to help the people.
With limited staff, it's a furthering of the community policing ideal that the Sheriff's Office has been promoting.
The imagination, let your imagination go with what citizens can do to help make the community a better place to live. If you can improve on the quality of life in that community, that's an excellent way to do it.
But why do this? After all, this isn't Washington, D.C. or South Central Los Angeles. An armed robbery caught on tape at a neighborhood convenience store almost 3 years ago is one of the worst crimes recorded here in recent memory. Forming a citizens precinct may lead you to believe that Terrace Heights is seeing an increase in crime. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. It's actually a low crime area, and residents here want to see it stay that way.
Crime is at a low ebb in Terrace Heights. We want to keep it that way.
Wonder expects a large number of volunteers to come forward. He hopes there will be enough for each person involved to donate only half a day per month to man the office when it opens this summer or fall. In Terrace Heights, I'm Craig Galbraith reporting.
Toppenish City Councilwoman Judith Buchholder has joined the growing list of candidates for Yakima County Commissioner. The 57-year-old Buchholder announced today she is running for the position 2 seat, being vacated by Democrat Betty Ingham. Buchholder is a Republican. She has served 25 years on the Toppenish Council and 2 terms as mayor. A local parents coalition is declaring war on the State Department of Social and Health Services. A yellow ribbon campaign is turning into an initiative signature drive. A new group called Citizens of Washington is collecting signatures to protest abuses they claim the state commits against families.
We want a complete revamping of DSHS. We want an inside investigation, external investigation of DLR and Child Protective Services.
The group is made up of natural, adoptive, and foster parents. Administrators for the Yakima office of the Department of Social and Health Services can't comment on the signature drive, but one administrator says the agency is required by law to investigate all claims of child abuse. Yakima Valley Community College will rebuild a pedestrian bridge over Nob Hill Boulevard. You may remember the bridge was hit and destroyed after a waste management truck struck it 4 years ago. The college has announced a press conference for tomorrow to discuss the construction and the settlement with the utility company that has made the rebuilding possible. Washington State Department of Transportation officials say Chinook Pass will reopen tomorrow at noon. They advise motorists to use caution since avalanches and snow slides are still a hazard. The opening is ahead of schedule, but certainly not the earliest the highway is opened. That was on April 5th back in 1973.
Hey, opening up just in time because
Yeah,
you know
really.
it's going to be warming up a little bit this
Good.
weekend. Yeah, we ought to get up into the lower 80s anyway.
I'll
So
take
yeah, I might be a little bit too hot for you. You might want to
Not
cool
even.
down.
You know, they opened the pool at my apartment, so that's okay.
Well, if you want to cool down anyway, take a drive up Chinook Pass. You'll encounter quite a bit of snow up there along the sides of the road. 52 degrees right now in Yakima. Humidity 57%. Dew point 37 degrees. Winds have died off now. They're westerly, running about 8 miles per hour, but still gusting to around 30 miles an hour at Ellensburg. The peak wind gust in this area this afternoon was 48 miles an hour at Ellensburg. At the airport, only made it to around 30, but there were windier areas around town. Barometer is now holding steady. Temperatures 50 degrees at Ellensburg, 55 Natchez, 59 at Toppenish, 58 at Sunnyside, 57 degrees at Grandview. Across Washington, 56 in Spokane, 60 in the Tri-Cities, 56 degrees over at Seattle. Futurecast shows mostly sunny day coming up for tomorrow, mostly clear for tonight. However, later on tomorrow afternoon may see a few clouds coming in from the west. The Pacific Northwest is just going to be nicked by a front that'll be moving mainly up into British Columbia. May produce a shower over on the west side, but just a chance of it. Meantime, tonight, most of the clouds from the Cascade Crest on to the west, where the marine air still continues to reside. Trough of low pressure, a weak front, moved on across the area today. That helped to push on across the Cascades some of that cooler marine air from over on the west side. And as it crossed the Cascades, gravity took over and we got those gusty westerly winds. Tomorrow, high pressure starting to build into the area. Pressures across the region will equalize, less wind, and it looks as though it'll be staying dry right on through the weekend. The next storm with a chance of a shower and some cooler air will be arriving Monday. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight low temperature at 41. Some of the cooler spots could get down toward the middle 30s. Then for tomorrow, mostly sunny. 53 degrees at 8. At noon, we'll be up to 69. Not so breezy tomorrow with a high temperature of 75. For tomorrow night, mostly clear. Some clouds coming in with the overnight low temperature around 42 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy to mostly sunny Friday, Saturday, and on into Sunday. High temperatures warming up into the low to mid 80s over the weekend. Then Monday, more clouds start to come in. A cooler weather system with clouds and maybe a chance of showers will be arriving on Monday. But, you know, over the weekend, no problem. No complaints.
Enjoy it while you
mid
can.
Mid-80s.
Thanks, Stu. Still to come, a local high school senior proves he's a top farmer in Washington State. Also, an incredible capture. Be there as illegal immigrants are caught red-handed. We've got the story after the break.
Open the box and push the button.
What if you're wrong?
I am ordering you to push that button, mister.
We cannot do this. Speak for yourself.
Mercedes-Benz Klein Assistance Center.
Hi, we need some directions.
No problem.
Now the Mercedes C-Class comes with TeleAid, a direct link to help, as well as regular scheduled maintenance and lots of other stress-reducing features.
Come, celebrate Spring Rock 2000, Saturday, May 20th, noon to 5 at the Sunnyside High School football field, hosted by Lower Valley Crisis Center. For the past 20 years, we've been committed to serving our area's needs in sexual assault, domestic violence, and victims of crime. Our goal is to give back to the community and celebrate the family. Performances by the Seattle Seagulls, Blitz, and local celebrities. See you there. A fun-filled day of music, dance, games, and activities.
Quality Care Medical Clinic, where we say yes to new patients. For colds, flus, sore throats, you'll usually see your doctor the same day you call. We even take walk-ins. Quality Care Medical Clinic's on-site services will save you time, too. Lab services, x-ray, dermatology care, EKG, and chiropractic care are available to you. Quality Care Medical Clinic is also a preferred provider for Premera, Blue Cross, Regents, and First Choice Insurances. Let our family serve your family. Quality Care Medical Clinic, where we say yes to new patients.
A Tucson news crew got a little more than they bargained for Tuesday while shooting a story about illegal aliens filtering through border areas near Nogales, Arizona. They witnessed a citizen's arrest of several illegals, Old West style. The crew was interviewing a local ranch hand who was showing them evidence of illegals who were slipping across the border through rural farms. As he was pointing out piles of trash left behind by these illegals, the wrangler suddenly spotted something moving in the bushes. With a gun drawn, the ranch hand rounded up the illegals, 6 of them, who said off camera that they had been out in the fields for days.
A lot of times you don't see them directly, but you see all the trash in the litter, that they leave behind, just like I showed you guys earlier. And what happens, there's been a lot of times we'll pull up to the gate to open the gate because we leave them shut so the cattle don't get out. And they come running up out of the thickets thinking that you're their ride to Phoenix. And lucky for me, I will never come out here unarmed. I never go without a dog, never go without a pistol.
We should point out the wrangler's face was obscured at the request of the ranch owner who fears retribution. This wrangler estimates that up to 50 people a day make their way through the area. He says he's detained other illegal immigrants on the property before, and he knows what kind of reaction these pictures will cause in some who oppose his methods. The Justice Department isn't backing away from its plan calling for the breakup of Microsoft. In a court filing tonight, the government repeated its claim that a breakup is the best way to prevent anti-competitive behavior by Microsoft. The company was found to have violated antitrust laws. The Justice Department says its plan would undo the harm to competition caused by Microsoft's illegal conduct. Tonight, the government's rejected milder sanctions suggested by Microsoft just last week. Also tonight, Hanford officials are now saying it appears a faulty sewer was to blame for a take cover alarm this morning at Hanford. An estimated 2,500 employees were told to stay indoors after a strange sulfur smell was detected in the 200 East area. 5 employees were checked for radiation exposure, but were all released back to work after no radiation was detected. A senior at White Swan High School is tops in the state. Devin Boucher took home first place at the state's Future Farmers of America convention last weekend. Gary Seibel has his story.
Devin Boucher is just like any other senior. Cramming for tests and working hard to get good grades are part of his schedule, but at least 6 to 8 hours of his day is also taken up by farming. Devin has been working on the farm since he was 6 years old, but his skills were really put to the test when he was 13. His father had to have emergency back surgery, and Devin decided to run the family farm during apple harvest.
My first reaction was, I don't know, I'll have to find somebody else. You're too young. But he said he could do it, and he did.
Devin says he gained valuable management skills and learned a lot about responsibility. He thinks this experience is one of the reasons why he won the state's FFA Agribusiness Award.
Consisted of managing the trucks when they had to come in and running a crew to pick the apples and making sure I had all the bins ready to go, plus the tickets and stuff like that.
Devin says he wants to go to Perry Tech and learn about automobiles, but he doesn't want to give up his main goal. Despite farmers going through some rough times right now, Devin says he plans to continue running the family business.
I plan to come back here and hopefully later on take over the farm here when Dad retires.
At a time when many growers are selling their land and getting out of the business, this young farmer is optimistic about his future and thinks family farms will continue to run in this valley for years to come. In Hera, I'm Gary Seibel reporting.
And congratulations to Devin. He's taken on a lot of responsibility and it's paying off. Congratulations, Devin.
He is working hard.
He is.
Congratulations. Down on the farm tonight, we are talking Ricky. Don't lose that number. You don't need to call nobody else. Remember that song?
I'm more thinking Jenny, 8675309.
That is not the same era. Henderson, that's about the same time, yeah.
I gotcha.
8675309. Henderson making up his mind about the Mariners. We have that on the mound tonight. John Halama going for his 5th straight and a dirty drive after the timeout.
Bing, bang. No, I don't know. He's got it there, but he's got to feel it here. The joy of living, joy of life, joy of laughing, joy of sight, the joy of cola in your mouth. He's got it.
Food Pavilion, Save on Foods, and Food Depot have all your favorite Pepsi Cola drinks for only $5.97 in the full case.
Our most advanced anti-lock brake system ever. Perfect for the stop and go of rush hour traffic. Lease a new Grand Cherokee Laredo for just $339 a month. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Maury. Talk with a...
Look at her, Anthony. You know that is your daughter.
Talk with a...
You know how pretty and good you are?
Maury.
I don't think I had as much fun in my life.
Talk with a...
The address for Maury. Weekdays at 9 on KIMA.
Welcome back. You either love him or you hate him, but now you've got him. Ricky Henderson is a Mariner. The career stolen base leader has signed a deal with Seattle for the rest of this season, including an option for 2001. The price tag, $3 million. 41-year-old Henderson was cut by the Mets this weekend after hitting under .220. At Safeco tonight, the M's celebrating the announcement by taking care of the Twins one more time. Edgar Martinez one more time to the seats. Edgar scorching hot so far and sizzling on the mound. John Halama pitching a complete game, 4-hit shutout to improve to 5-0. Another W for the M's. The Yankees trying to snap a 5-game slide, calling on the slump buster tonight. Roger Clemens very stingy, allowing only 5 White Sox to reach base in 7 innings. The Pinstripes getting an assist on the Jim Leyritz liner. Oops, Chris singled it. Overruns the ball, costing 2 runs. New York puts some more up, enough to end the skid. Yanks, though, still trail Boston by a game in the East. Much better behavior for the fans in the Windy City today. Nobody attacked the Dodgers. They did that last night. 4 Cubs fans were arrested. Started when some guy in the stands with a few too many beers in his belly decided to lean over the LA bullpen and swipe the cap off catcher Chad Kruder.
He turns around, he's like, what are you doing? All of a sudden you see from behind someone throw a couple ice water, and all of a sudden it was crazy. Everyone started throwing punches, and the whole place, the game stopped. It was unbelievable.
Seems See, there's a lesson to be learned. Never steal a visiting player's cap unless, of course, you have a lot of guys in your section drinking a lot of beer. Game 5, always huge in a 7-game series. A monster tonight in Miami, deadlocked at 2 games apiece. Party by the beach, but serious business for the Knicks. Latrell Sprewell with the steal, and here he comes with the nasty jam to keep it close late. Spree with 24, but Dan Marley, man, doing it for Miami. 2 clutch trays in the final minutes, and the Heat would sizzle. Miami knocking off the Knicks. Heat going for the kill Friday at Madison Square Garden. All everything Taylor Stubblefield at Davis is all everything again. This time in track and field, Pirate Senior is the Big 9 Conference Boys Athlete of the Year. Joined on the first team by Davis teammate Clay C., along with Pirates Craig Everhart and Tyler Sullivan, Brandon Littlefield of Ike, and Chris Romero, also on the boys' first team. On the girls' side, earning first team honors, Ike's Heather Herron and Sammy Freeman, and from Davis, Aaron Wade. And the Coach of the Year, hardest working guys in track, Phil English out of Ike. Okay, kids, here's a good lesson for you. Study hard, be a good student, and never show up for school. And get your diploma anyway. Tara Lipinski did it. Darling of the Ice Arena, never set foot inside a classroom at River Oaks Academy. But Tara will graduate from the Houston High School tomorrow. She earned her diploma through tutoring. Tara will take the skates off for a couple of minutes and march with the rest of the seniors at graduation. What about after graduation? And the party, of course. What new challenges lie ahead? Miss Lipinski could always strap on the helmet and head for the desert. Not sure, every day off-road race underway, an amazing women-only rally across the Sahara. Roughly 1,500 miles across some of the roughest country in the world. No place to break down, and drivers compete with only the tools of ancient navigators at hand. It would be a compass and a map. Of course, since it is an all-women's rally, if they do get lost, at least they'll stop
and ask directions.
If there were guys, man, they just keep going across that desert till they fell off the end of the world.
I have to agree with you, Alan.
It's kind of a cool race.
I would do it.
You would do that? Okay.
I would totally do it.
Try to find a replacement for you then.
Thanks, Alan.
Good luck.
Up next, a look at the lighter side to the Mount St. Helens blast. It's 20 years ago tomorrow.
There will come a time when you throw away your alarm clock, your power suits, and your leather briefcase. A time when you'll do exactly what you want to do. At Key, we precisely synchronize the right people and the right resources, like financial planning, insurance, and brokerage services from McDonald Investments, all to make your retirement everything you want it to be. Call the retirement experts at Key today.
Arby's $5 value roundup. Any 2 chicken sandwiches, 3 beef and cheddars, or 4 regular roast beefs for just $5. Arby's. Now that your tastes are grown up.
Mom, did you get a promotion?
Not recently.
Are we rich?
Not since I last checked the bank balance.
Are we kind of special?
Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town and Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad sold your baseball card collection.
Get 50.
Caring, a new way of serving. HealthWest Alliance is building a group of locally owned businesses that understand your needs. From the Valley's most extensive rehabilitation center, HealthWest Rehab, to one of Yakima's most respected pharmacies, Tieton Village Drug, you will find independent businesses joining together to provide alternatives for your loved one's care.
The dawning of a new day in a caring world.
HealthWest Alliance.
It took more than dump trucks, strong backs, and determination to get the Yakima Valley through the aftermath of Mount St. Helens. As KIMA's Mike Conklin reports, it also took a region-wide sunny outlook to cut through the dust clouds.
It was odd that there was a sense of humor, and I think that people did need it. You know, we were in bad shape there for a while, and everything was so serious. And
there were tough days digging out from all that Mount St. Helens ash. So enter Dr. Kahoma on a special house call.
Well, he was a witch doctor from an island in Hawaii someplace. We never figured out where. But
radio announcer Dave Hansen played Dr. Kahoma, part of an effort to raise community spirits.
Decided to make a little light of the whole situation. Everybody needed something uplifting.
Part of the problem back then was Yakima was besieged with experts telling us what we needed to do. Well, Clem didn't think we needed any experts.
I really felt that since we were probably the only part of the United States that had ever gone through this, we were probably going to invent our own answers and come up with the right things without bringing a lot of people in from out of town.
And Dr. Kahoma had just the cure.
We have a little suntan lotion that you'll need for the 4th of July, and whatever else he may have brought with him. Some preparation H.
What, may I ask, is the preparation H for?
Yeah, we're trying to shrink the volcano in size.
Even the mayor and top civic leaders got into the act. And when it was over, everyone was laughing.
Everybody has to have some humor, and I have nothing but pity for people who have no humor at all.
And to Hansen, 20 years later, hey, Dr. Kahoma may have just been what the doctor ordered.
Well, if some guy could come in and talk about making toilet seats out of the ash, we figured we could do something just as honest.
And the smiles made it just a bit easier to keep those shovels swinging. With a look at the human side of Mount St. Helens, I'm Mike Conklin.
After the break, Stu has a sneak peek at all your weekend weather. Plus, we're testing some fat-cutting goo just in time for summer. Stay with us.
CRV Special Edition. It comes with real-time four-wheel drive, leather-trimmed seats, a stereo cassette with in-dash CD player, and more. No wonder it's a value that's hard to find. Of course, you could go to your Honda dealer. The CRV Special Edition from Honda.
I have the greatest bunch of kids in the world. Someone may only see a handicap, but I see the heart. Small accomplishments mean so much to them. We teach the skills that they're going to need once they get out into the world. The Matching Grants program through Walmart has enabled us to give them educational experiences that we cannot simulate in the classroom. So no matter where they're headed in the future, the experiences that they're having now at Walmart is what's going to make the difference later in life. I love all of these kids. That's what I'm here for.
Remember that great taste of s'mores?
Meet me where the sun is just around the bend. Meet me at the Dairy Queen, where the feeling never ends. Meet me at DQ.
Dairy Queen's captured that taste with the new S'more Galore Parfait. That famous DQ soft serve, cocoa fudge, marshmallow topping, a graham cracker crunch. Just like around the campfire. And right now it's only $1.99. Only DQ's got the S'more Galore, so get over there today.
Meet me at DQ.
Hi, Bob Isaac. We're remodeling and expanding our store right now.
We need the space. You get the savings, so I'm cutting prices in every department.
Furniture, bedding, electronics, major appliances. At these prices, it's hard to talk over the savings. So come on in, because this could be music to your ears.
Home furnishings.
Mother Nature is not being nice to Denver.
Not to Denver,
No.
and not to a good section of the Midwest going all the way up to the Great Lakes. Spring snow in Denver today. Up in the Rockies, they had as much as 8 inches of snow. Down in the lower elevations, away from the high country, they had heavy thunderstorms, including hail. And in northeastern Colorado, they had about 15 tornadoes spotted in a 3-hour period of time in the extreme northeastern corner of that state around the town of Akron. A little bit of damage was reported, but they say most of the damage was only located on one farm. Now you can see where those tornadoes stretch, all the way from Colorado, Wyoming, across Nebraska, then on into the Great Lakes. Also quite a bit of hail reported across parts of Minnesota and onto Wisconsin, along with some locally damaging winds. Temperatures around the country, 60 right now in New York City, 61 in Los Angeles, 78 degrees in Miami. The forecast for tonight looks like this. It's going to be 41 for the expected overnight low, with mostly clear skies and the winds dying down. Some of the cooler spots could be reaching into the middle 30s. Then for tomorrow, mostly sunny, not so breezy, 53 degrees at 8. At noon, we'll be warming up to around 69, and the high temperature tomorrow coming in at 75 with mostly sunny skies and winds westerly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not so breezy as high pressure builds into the area. Mostly clear skies tomorrow night. Could get some clouds though late, with the overnight low temperature around 42 degrees. Today's high temperature coming in at 72. This morning's low dropping down at 52, and incidentally, that 72 is right where we normally should be for this time of year. Ellensburg with a current reading of 50, 52 degrees at Yakima, and still in the upper 50s down in the lower valley. Weather for the weekend looks pretty good for the entire Pacific Northwest. Well, weak little system's going to hit the northeastern corner of the state Thursday night and Friday. Some clouds, maybe a sprinkle with that, but after that, it clears out both sides of the Cascades. We're going to be warming up into the low to mid 80s.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Stu. Be sure to wake up with Tammy and Mike. Here's what's coming up at 6 a.m.
Good evening. As the saying goes, you are what you eat. Now there's 2 new things you can eat to better your health.
Tomorrow morning, find out what new salad dressings actually promise to cut your cholesterol. Plus a complete look at your forecast.
So join us at 6 a.m. right here on KIMA.
And finally tonight, just in time for summer, if you're afraid you may have put on an extra pound or 2 around your hips and thighs, this story's for you. Diana Pena puts a gel-like goo to the cellulite fight test.
Ew. This stuff is called Reduce, the anti-cellulite body elixir. It's used in fancy day spas. So with the help of skincare specialist Allison Carroll, we tried it out on Petra Diaz.
I'm trying everything. I've tried a lot of things.
Petra will use the product for 5 weeks. She put some on for us to see how it felt.
And oh God, does it smell like Bengay. It's cold, but it feels good. Once you put it on, see, I can feel it now. It's just like...
5 weeks later, we caught up with Petra at her job, and then she took a break and showed us her thighs.
I could feel it. It felt like a Bengay filling type. You know how when you put Bengay on, you just like, it just attacks.
But Petra says it attacks the right areas, so she'll continue to use it.
I could see some improvement on it.
Take a look for yourself. This is Petra's thigh before she used the elixir, and this is what she looked like afterwards.
For CBS News, I'm Diana Pena.
We're all up so close to the monitor, but you know, no lubricant for me. I will just stick with working out.
Good night.
That was Alan's favorite story. Thanks for joining us tonight. David Letterman is next.
Good night.
Good night.
Fisher Broadcasting.
Every Sunday, someone will win a 2000 Ford Explorer Eddie Bauer SUV. Just buy a $5 lotto ticket, and you could drive away a winner.
When you're low on cash, even a simple repair can turn into a huge problem. Call Check and Go. We'll give you the money you need today and hold your personal check until your next payday. Check and Go. We can help. When the money's running low, even your most important expenses can become a major obstacle. Call Check and Go. We'll give you the money you need today and hold your personal check until your next payday. Check and Go. We can help.
Every Sunday, someone will win a 2000 Ford Explorer Eddie Bauer SUV. Just buy a $5 lotto ticket, and you could drive away a winner.
Add up the number of times you've ever said, I really want to, but I probably shouldn't. Now, subtract that number by 1. Introducing Mitsubishi's No Excuses event. Now you can buy any new 2000 Mitsubishi, the fastest growing Japanese car company in America, with just 1.9% APR for 5 whole years. Of course, this equation only works if you can stop saying. Hurry, Mitsubishi's No Excuses event won't last long.
The original Dukes of Hazzard are going Hollywood in an all-new movie, CBS Friday.